out of our podcast, because we've been around we started the podcast before the pandemic, went through the pandemic, and now we're post-pandemic. And through that whole time, we've always been super optimistic about movie theaters. We said during that time, movie theaters are not going to go away. Product's not going to go away. It's going to evolve. And now I think we're back even stronger than we were in some cases in 2019.
AMC had their biggest second quarter since 2019.
Yeah, I think we're getting there with it.
I'm glad you're saying this.
And so I see, even though we're talking about change and audience preference changes and stuff, I think that movie theaters are so easily adaptable because at the core base, people want that experience still. They want that communal big screen experience, and but they just want to see their media in it now. And I think that's our challenge, is trying to figure out what that is.
This is the Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies.
By the power of electronics and Kyle's ingenuity, we're here with Off the Break Podcast.
Thank you. After the crazy month that we have had with the show, it's been nice to feel appreciated like that. And with the He-Man reference on top of that.
Hey, we're in. I'm killing it with references lately.
The Star Wars one is still the finest of the year.
Oh,
I know.
I missed all of this.
You've missed the
I've
month.
already given myself the award. Be prepared for February when I hand myself a trophy. Oh, well, we talked last week kind of, backwards, like a $10 million opening is really great for Backrooms on the Thursday night early shows. And, there's no matinee business for these. And, the Star Wars, that's same as Star Wars, but maybe the numbers, 50 would be really great. Star Wars numbers for Backrooms.
Yeah.
Star
Wild.
Wars Mandalorian numbers for Backrooms. Amazing.
Although I wish I was on the podcast, because I had a hint that it was going to be pretty big, because I was hearing from circuits about the pre-sales and that we needed to add screens. And so I was like, oh, there's something here. And I never know how big that is when you hear it. But when you start seeing just so much movement in pre-sales, you have a really good indication that there is a lot of interest there. And that doesn't happen for every film. Like Breadwinner, in a lot of places, the pre-sales were really soft, but they ended up being decent grosses day of, because I think families were hesitant. They don't like to buy as many pre-sale tickets. So
Sure.
Especially
they can't really plan out
what your
as
day
much
is.
as they want.
And we saw bigger families, so not your typical like mom, dad, and 2 kids, but like with 4 or 5 kids,
and
families.
And Tennessee like way over indexed on the film, which was hilarious.
That was awesome. How Tennessee like had that top gross in the nation.
We get that
on it.
every so
Makes
often
sense for him.
with like faith-based films with a lot of theaters we have in Utah, and all of a sudden you see like a Salt Lake City theater is #1 in the country, which is a lot of fun.
Right.
Very rarely is it like Tennessee or Iowa or Milwaukee,
right.
like
the Midwest.
these Midwest towns. So it's a lot of fun to see them get their moment with their guy.
Yeah, probably fun for Nate Brgodsky as well.
Yeah.
But Backrooms. So, I mean, it just like Obsession, kind of out of nowhere, not on any major buddy's radar. Like,
and we knew Backrooms had a chance to be #1 and beat Star Wars, but the $80 million number for A24 is bigger than some of their whole years.
Right.
Yeah.
Previously.
Absolutely.
So amazing. Excited for them to start competing. Excited for Focus to have a huge movie.
Yeah, a legit movie, because anytime there's a whiff of that this movie might be something big, Universal snatches it up and sets it to the main sales team.
I don't
and
know.
So I'm happy for Focus to nab this one and deal with it.
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why Obsession wasn't Universal's to begin with. I mean, not that we were all anticipating it to blow up as much as it has, but just because
weren't
of
either.
But
I don't know, it's connected to Blumhouse though. Like, it's not like a niche artsy horror movie either. Like Focus would probably
it went from Universal to Focus. Who knows where the way they play their games.
It's just so strange.
We're really excited for their team to have a $100 million movie that's not Downton Abbey or Robert Eggers. Over 5 weeks to crawl to that number, to just skyrocket to that number over 3 weeks is awesome.
Yeah.
It has been a little strange seeing horror pop off in May as much as it has. But I think it also is just part of the zeitgeist of younger generations wanting to root for their favorite content creators to succeed in this manner. And also the quality is very good for both of these movies too.
Right.
Although now I am wondering if either one of these movies or even something like Passengers from Paramount could have fared better or even have more potential in like October. Because I don't know what October looks like, but
It just got buried in the middle of these two monsters.
yeah.
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 No, I don't. I think these were playable any time of year, which is what we needed.
Well, clearly, yeah.
And what I'm really excited about this week, even though Obsession has been out, what is it? We're going into the 4th week of Obsession or third week, fourth week. And the 2nd week of Backrooms is now, I think we're getting a Barbenheimer effect where I think people are going to both.
If you see one,
you see one, you want to see the other, and you want to have them both.
Both in the same genre, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like
3 weeks in a row, a gross increase.
Yeah. And then not having it in some of my locations, the gross went up, even though Backrooms came out. So that's indicating to me that it's still the option. People want to see one or both now. So,
and we talked last week here that going up from week 1 to week 2 is not unheard of, but it rarely happens.
Without a holiday going up
week 1, week 2, and week 3 is pretty unpressited for a wide release.
Didn't they say the last film to do that was E.T.?
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
so.
And that was before, that was when tickets were $4 or less. So this is a pretty incredible thing they're doing. On the opposite side of that, we had a huge drop for Star Wars.
Yes. It's a little sad, but not unsurprising. I always say these things are front loaded, but it's because of the Star Wars fans. But I think the issue here is that you got some general Star Wars fans that took a chance on it, and the feedback was, this just feels like a TV show, like a TV movie. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's just not what audiences are looking for in movies.
Well, it's also tough because Disney put themselves in a tough position to where they convince audiences to stay at home to watch TV shows that are movie quality. But now, after a few years of that, trying to convince them to come back to the theaters, you've now had them forgetting the line between what is quality of TV and what is quality of movies. Not that I'm really defending The Mandalorian's quality necessarily. Like, it is good quality, but
it is great.
I also was able to see this as a TV show at home.
Yep.
And I still...
You got your fix.
Yeah. And
of the main characters.
And those characters work well for episodic storytelling, not for 2-hour movies.
Right.
Or at least in this case, they forgot to do that within the writing.
Or you're conditioned for the episodic feel of them. And then when you were given more, that's why TV show movies weren't always a thing and worked out, because you're already conditioned to have them in short bursts.
I don't think this means either that Star Wars is dead, but I think with this massive drop off and the signs from younger generations wanting something like Backrooms or Obsession, like, it just means that there is change happening within pop culture and the industry, and Disney can still use Star Wars. Like, a new one's coming out next year. I think that one's actually going to fare better than this one will.
Well, I think it's brand new content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But I'm just saying that Disney and a lot of these other studios need to recognize the changes and, not rely on what was done before as much.
I think
anymore.
It's hard for them, being such big, huge corporate machines, to sign off and take risks. They have, over the last, I would say 10, 15 years, built an apparatus that was checking boxes. And checking boxes worked for a long time, but I just don't think it's working anymore. Yeah. Or they don't know what boxes they're supposed to be checking off. And so there's going to be an adjustment. But that's opening all these opportunities for new creators to come in, and for little studios to have massive hits like A24 did and Focus did. And so I think that you can't stop creativity. Creativity is always going to be out there. It's just, how do we funnel that into success? And I think the funneling is happening through creators on social media now, like YouTube creators, because they have marketed that. And you think how long these YouTube creators have talked about this with their fans, like over hundreds of hours. Yeah.
The director of Backrooms was born after YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all
That's
they
crazy.
know. That's the life that they live.
Oh
and,
my God.
And the generations,
So old.
but yeah, same with me. And I was the
Even
first
God.
to like grow up with YouTube. But it is that change of the tides where it's that this is the reality. The moviegoers that are having the money in their wallets, they are going to follow these content creators that have grown up along with them in understanding this is also another avenue of entertainment creativity.
Right.
They're not all going to be amazing and shooting out the gate and making great stuff. There are going to be failures.
Oh my gosh,
but
we're gonna
still-
see them because now every major studio is gonna be like, what YouTuber is hot right now? And
That's
Oh,
what we talked
100%.
about last
Yeah.
week is like which one of these guys now is going to have $100 million production
yeah,
Yeah.
that can pull it off like a Ryan Coogler.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a young guy who's into it and creating his own stories. Like who's going to be able to do this, because there's going to be a lot of them that
Yeah.
fall on their face. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
for every Ryan Coogler, there's probably thousands of these people have been given opportunities that didn't work.
That movies go to Tubi,
yeah.
which
No.
good on them, but
Well,
So yeah, but I think it's a natural progression of like they have marketed themselves, and I've noticed it in merch, like streaming merch. When you go out, you'll see people with like different T-shirts and sayings and like kind of what comedians or concert stuff used to be. And I just feel like this is a natural progression of that. Like I'm going with my guys here on
sure.
these things.
speaking of going with your guys and natural progressions, we have Scary Movie opening this weekend. Where Paramount had a lot of these 3 and 4 that turned into Tubi movies.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, for
and
sure.
Paramount's like, we're going back to the well.
Yeah.
We're getting our guys back. We're getting the band back together, and we're
Well,
gonna try this.
it could pay
Paramount
off.
didn't have them. It was Weinstein.
That
I'm
might
pretty
be true.
sure.
Yeah, Miramax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, I
Well,
think,
for the franchise, like they own the
Right.
franchise. Like going
well, they
back.
got it now.
But
They got it now.
going back to the well, which is
Yeah.
hilarious because this will be because Universal's doing Spielberg. At some point, if Star Wars has 2 or 3 falls flat, guess who's directing episode 45? It'll be George Lucas out there at 100 years old.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you come back and do one of these?
There has to be some.
What was your
dollar.
original story? Can we go do a reboot with your original?
Episode 8 was the original story. Just saying. I'll still defend that movie.
Ugh. No.
To a
You
degree.
do not,
I don't know if
you
it
did not
always
kill
is.
Han Solo that way.
I don't know if he would have killed off Han Solo.
He would not have.
I don't think he would have
That's
done that.
absolutely would not have happened.
Anyway, though, the
kill-
tracking.
He didn't technically kill anybody in any of the movies. Like it was very Disney before Disney.
Yeah, I guess the only death with Darth. or
Obi-Wan
Darth and-
Kenobi.
Yeah, but it was like,
But he
after
wasn't a big deal yet.
He was
Not
still a
really.
ghost, and
Just saying.
Darth Vader
That's
came back
true.
as a ghost, and
Admiral
he was
Akbar.
he
I guess
technically
Yoda.
he technically died of old age. Like they took the mask off, and there's like no way this guy is still alive,
Right.
for any reason. He survived like 30 years after falling into a volcano. Like
He should have been gone.
he should have been
already.
gone then.
The Force was strong. Scary Movie's tracking really well.
Pre-sales are huge on it. It's going to be a massive movie, like bigger
Yeah.
than I thought, because the last Scary Movie was 13 years ago.
And that
And-
one made 12 million
Oh,
opening night,
it
if
was-
I remember right.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
And then and then I just think like I liked the first couple Scary Movies, and Ken and I even have the joke about like use my strong arm from from
Is
them.
it Chris Elliott?
Yeah.
That's the butler.
Butler with the weird hand. Use my strong hand. So it's part of our zeitgeist
Right.
as millennials, and I
Yeah.
just am like so they're playing on nostalgia. There is opportunity to open it up to new, because so much has changed in the horror franchise in the
Oh,
last
yeah.
13 years. So there's lots of opportunity there for really good
Totally.
jokes.
They're not pulling anything from the third or the fourth
Right,
one. So
nothing.
it's like anything that happened after Scary Movie 2 is fair game.
They're just bringing back some original characters, but they've changed them up, which is awesome.
Right.
And who doesn't love Anna Faris? I'm so excited she's in something. I just love her in these.
I grew up with the Wayans brothers. Like I'm excited.
Yeah,
for
that's who
I
we're
think
rooting
that's
for.
different between male and female.
They're funny and not funny.
Funny or not funny, yeah.
Blasphemy here.
Uh,
All right, whatever. But I do think it's still going to be millennial humor. And just part of me is like, are young people going to like millennial humor in this? I'm really hoping it finally transcends. I hope
No.
Gen Z will finally accept millennial humor.
We're cringe.
I think
cringe.
Gen Z's finally hitting like an old enough point now where they realize we're not as cringe as we are.
Oh yeah, that
Or
eventually
where they
happens.
think we were. Yeah.
Yeah, that totally
I think
happens.
we're getting close to that.
When people start making fun of them for being old and
Yeah.
they start having
Gen Alpha's coming
when they
right
start
up.
having issues
Yes.
with like, oh, I'm feeling old. Just like we still struggle with boomers, but there's more and more things we identify with every day.
Yeah.
You're like, Metamucil's not that bad. Like it's kind of gross, but you know, I like the effect.
Yeah, it gets results, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like, we are now at the time where millennial nostalgia is the way to go. Meanwhile, He-Man is like the Gen X nostalgia, although I don't know how long that's going to last now.
I think the problem with He-Man is they put too much money in a franchise that is going to miss the nostalgic. I don't think
It's too late.
It's too late. I don't think Gen X is much for nostalgia just as a general generation. I think and I think they're getting too old. And even elder millennials, like I remember He-Man and I remember renting He-Man and She-Ra movies or episodes from the movie store.
Right.
So like I have a twinge of this. And so I'm kind of excited for it, but man, like I don't have a love loss for it though.
Sure.
No, but
Sure.
we've had Amazon having Project Hail Mary blow the doors off. Sheep Detectives not open strong, but continue to churn up money.
Just the positive feedback we get from it, like makes customers so happy after watching
I'm
that
not
movie.
willing to bet against this yet. I'm not willing to say He-Man's not going to do it. It could easily hit $100 million total too.
The pre-sales,
can.
they're
totally
like,
can.
okay, no, I don't think it's going to. There are like no pre-sales on it, like none in my locations.
Okay.
I think audiences are holding back, and I think they are waiting for reviews on this one. Like they want to know that it's either good or bad.
No,
and,
the reviews have been out for a week now.
yeah, and they're okay.
Yeah.
They're not. There's nothing super special about it. I think they've got a real problem here.
It's unfortunate. I don't know
It
anything
didn't.
about
It didn't
this.
go to the campy where people are like, "This is really fun" because it's so campy
Silly.
and 80s silly. Like it tried to be too serious, but it wasn't so serious that it's like I don't know, Christopher Nolan Batman movie where you took a weird campy property and made it really cool. Like there's two ways to do it, and I think this one went in the middle and kind of boring.
Just may miss an exit for its audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else for June in general that we want to cover outside of those two titles? Cody, do you have anything?
Other than Amazing Digital Circus coming out today.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Great. My location's been selling tons of tickets. I think that I've noticed with this movie in particular, a little bit with Backrooms, but this movie in particular, is that such a disconnect between the theater owners who are boomers and the Gen Alpha, Gen Z people that love digital circus.
Yeah.
And so trying to sell them on, hey, this is a thing because it's a weird looking cartoon. They're like,
Yeah.
it's so strange looking that the boomers, the owners and stuff are like, no, I don't want this. And I'm like, yeah, but trust me, you're going to want this. And that is making my job just so hard to try, like, cause I don't know exactly, cause it's not for me, but I know that there's something special cause my kids really want it. And
Well, let's circle back with like Backrooms and Obsession.
Yeah.
Like it's the same type of
but those
conundrum
those ones are a little bit easier to sell.
to digest because it's horror. I know
I'm like,
what
this
horror
is a horror movie that the kids really like.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a weird
creepy
cartoon
that kids will like.
that kids really like, but you're uncomfortable showing the creepy cartoon. So it's caused a weird dynamic.
But I was here in the office earlier, and I said, not joking, like our ears are open to what you guys think is cool and is going to work because we want to know and we want to follow up on these things. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything.
We brought in younger people, you know, not specifically for this reason, but for this reason to be into the zeitgeist. I mean, you guys are going to get replaced by 14-year-olds next week. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, we need to start.
We had to give you some praise before we told you it's over. The ride is ending.
Compliment, dagger.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to bring in young people to follow all this stuff because eventually,
True.
Backrooms 2, you and Alyssa may not be hot on, but it may be the thing.
We were lucky enough to be hot on it.
It's just a strange thing that happens with age, especially in our industry, where you don't get it.
Or
we even had an episode a few weeks ago, Shayla, Alyssa, and I, where we were like trying to see what the trends were, and we nailed like half of it, and the other half were like, oh
no,
maybe.
well, now you are getting replaced.
I think what I think it is that the how media has changed so much. Like it used to be, you would see commercials on TV, you would see like ads on the radio. There were concentrated areas where you engaged media, and now you're engaging media on so many different levels and in such niche areas that it's, how can one person be aware of all the niches out there that are algorithmed to individual people?
Unless if you live on the internet, like the younger generations are able to now, you almost can't. Although I suggest that that the older generations don't necessarily try to live that way, but at the very least try to engage with some of it, because clearly I feel like that we're seeing like some locations just are missing out on these great moments with like all these titles that we're suggesting. And it's like, look, we get it. It's different. It's not where you're used to playing, but it's going to be the future of cinema in some respects. And it's what people that are spending the money the most to go out to your venue are wanting. They're not wanting Mandalorian and Grogu. They don't want the Star Wars project. I'm sorry. Not all the time, obviously, but like you have to listen and be accepting of it. Yeah. Because otherwise, I think your business is going to get left behind. I just do.
And I think theater owners really are open, but it's just so confusing.
It's drastically different.
It's so different from what we're used to. And it does make programming harder. Like you're still dealing with this studio ecosystem that hasn't changed, and you're still dealing with those policies. Like how do you pivot when you're kind of looking at Star Wars policies where Disney wants 3-4 weeks out of these pictures because they need it, because they've spent a bunch of money on this budget. Like this is a kind of necessity for them, but at the same time the grosses don't warrant those holdovers anymore. So
I mean everything's gonna change 10 years from now. I'm hoping that we don't recognize the industry as far as policies go the way we've worked. Hopefully it's, you know what, you're a theater, make as much money as possible, show our movies at the times that they will work. I know we have Star Wars on screen, but Amazing Digital Circus is coming out. Give them the 4 o'clock because we're not making any money. We'll take the 7, we'll figure it out, we'll split this up, we'll make it work for the theater, keep the theaters open, keep us open.
Yeah. I hope that's what it is. I am super positive. And,
we've seen so much flexibility.
I will say, out of our podcast, because we've been around we started the podcast before the pandemic, went through the pandemic, and now we're post-pandemic. And through that whole time, we've always been super optimistic about movie theaters. We said during that time, movie theaters are not going to go away. Product's not going to go away. It's going to evolve. And now I think we're back even stronger than we were in some cases in 2019.
AMC had their biggest second quarter since 2019.
Yeah, I think we're getting there with it.
I'm glad you're saying this.
And so I see, even though we're talking about change and audience preference changes and stuff, I think that movie theaters are so easily adaptable because at the core base, people want that experience still. They want that communal big screen experience, and they just want to see their media in it now. And I think that's our challenge, is trying to figure out what that is.
Yes, you nailed it on the head. And I agree with you about the industry as well. I mean, I think so far through 2026, we've had a great year, like maybe even better than like 2023 or 2024 potentially. I think especially that it's not just a year of seeing booms of like box office. I think it's also showing like a sign of the times that there is people and audiences and groups of age groups willing to go out and make their way to go out to see a movie.
Yeah.
Like I think it's not just like once every couple of months. It's once every couple of weeks now that we're seeing these booms.
If it's our industry has always been based
timing
off
is
of
everything.
product.
Quality wise is everything. Absolutely, that's always going to remain the case. But I think this pattern of behavior that we're seeing after positivity that we've had, but still skepticism nonetheless, I think we are coming out of the end of what you were saying, of the times of the pandemic, of the times of the strikes that was going on. I think the industry is getting back to a more normal state, but the normalcy means that there's going to be different things that we're playing that we're just not used to, and we have to be accepting of it.
It's different things we're not playing, and it's inconsistent, like weekends. Like you're not gonna get the consistent big tent poles in summer that lead into fall and then a few fall. Like I just don't see that happening anymore. We're gonna have really high highs and really low lows on these weekends, because it's just gonna be like, this is the product people want to see, and this is the product no one cares about, and then they want to see it and no one cares about it, and that inconsistency is hard. But what we are seeing is that younger audiences do want to go to the movies. Like, do you remember all those articles are like, movie going is going to die because Gen Z is on their phone and not wanting to go? Well, yeah, they're on their phone, but then they want to take what's on their phone to the movie theater. And that's what we're seeing. So next generation's already up to bat right now on it. So, and I think Gen Alpha, with things like Digital Circus, they're cementing their movie going desires. I just don't think that they're going to go as often as millennials and Gen X did. Like, they're not going to live at the movie theater like we used to, because they have so many other options now.
I think options and pricing is part of it.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
They are living in a more expensive time.
Yeah, so they're treat things, like they're going to treat movies like a treat experience, and they're only going to do that for the stuff that they really want, which is coming from like growing out of their social media experiences.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing with Fathom stepping out and becoming a distributor for very specific audience titles.
Yeah, we've been noticing this trend lately that when it comes to Fathom, they're not just going with re-releases or anniversaries or operas. They really have leaned more into independent projects, or are pretty much distributing projects from other productions of like original content.
They're out bidding for these things, like the
I don't know if they're out bidding.
The new Leica movie the last one went to Lionsgate,
right?
And so there has to be some outbidding, or they're part of the creative process in the beginning.
I just wonder if it's that the studio ecosystem, as studios, as distributors, not creating original product, don't know how to recognize independently created original product, and there's not really a good studio out there that is picking that up. And I do think Fathom is filling a niche of a distributor picking up original product that's made out, independent original product made outside the studio ecosystem, because what the studios are doing are just creating their own product and putting it out.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I also think that due to the mergers that we've had these past 10 years now, them and Iconic, and even other smaller distributors like A24, Neon, even Black Bear, I think they are starting to see the holes that are happening within the industry that need to be, filled with content. So it's like, why not us?
Right.
Why not? Even if it's not the standard of what we're used to with like the type of content, like Amazing Digital Circus, why not do it?
Yeah.
What's the harm in that?
Fathom's had some really good success with original content. I don't know if you guys remember, there was the Duck Dynasty movie that was huge, and
was massive.
It was
really?
It was massive.
I don't know this then.
And the Phil Robertson story.
For a whole, I think it was called The Blind.
Yeah.
But it was a whole in like September, October, and for the places that we could fit it in, it did amazing.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, because not everywhere was signed up with Fathom back then, so the network has grown. So I do think that they've always kind of been there, but they just hadn't got to a point in their growth where it felt like a real distributor.
Sure.
But now they're there. And so it does feel, and every time they have another one of these, they just grow their network even more.
Yeah.
And what I like about Fathom is that they add, even though the terms are higher for their content, they add additional marketing, which is sorely lacking from, the major studios.
Yeah, this isn't us saying that Fathom has announced that they are like a distributor or a major distributor, but we are just seeing with these past couple of years that they are changing their game plan. And we all, as an industry, need to recognize that and maybe even accept that in a good way, because again, they have Amazing Digital Circus, which is going to do pretty well, but they've also done well with Terrifier or The Chosen. Like, clearly they are finding these markets that are asking for the type of content
Their
that they
whole
want.
revenue stream isn't tied to the Godfather anniversary.
Right.
Or the Met
Not
Opera
anymore.
that plays at 10 a.m.
Or
on the
full
West Coast.
weeks of these runs. Like they have
They're going to stick around.
like a Bleach anime movie, and it's 4 days. And it's weird. I think it's like a Thursday through Monday. So just the weekend. And it's okay. And so, and you can do a couple shows, they have some parameters, but it's not full schedules. And so the flexibility of their events is amazing, and it's amazing for theaters. And you can really just plug and play them in and get that audience for just those showtimes without sacrificing whole screens for it.
And they analyze each film. So if it's an R-rated anime, it doesn't have to have a 2 p.m. showtime.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, okay, 4 and a 7 or 7 and a 9.
Yep,
That
dubbed and
works for us.
sub.
Yep.
Put it out there.
You did help me with a question that I want answered. Are we going to see them going down the route of a typical distributor where they're going to have like a 45-day window with like the early showings, the exclusivity of it all, with something like Amazing Digital Circus or even that Jimmy movie that's coming down?
They will absolutely follow the
They
model
will-
to
they
a
will
certain
go
extent.
there.
Is it going to get there
They
someday?
will eventually
Okay.
get there
For certain films.
for certain films at
But not
certain
all of them.
success. Correct.
Okay.
I think you're gonna see it like Angel Studios, where Angel Studios was extremely flexible with their first few films.
Yeah.
And then after
Had some success.
I think after King of Kings and then David, they really are starting to clamp down now. Like, we want 2-week runs, we want clean schedules, we want all these things. So I think I would assume eventually Fathom will ask for that. But again, it's just about content. And if your whole model, if you found success because you were flexible and then you start becoming rigid like the regular studio films, but you don't have marketing budgets like as the studios do in the hundreds of millions, then I don't think you deserve to have equal footing with this regular studios at that point.
That needs to be this goes for a lot of small distributors and not just Fathom, but they need to set up marketing divisions first before they set up theatrical booking divisions, in my opinion. I think marketing is almost way more important now, more than ever.
It is.
And you have to get people to go to the theater first before you even know how many locations you can book for this thing.
How long had was it
Markiplier?
Yeah, how long had he been talking about that movie and putting out his desires to make Iron Lung? It was Iron Lung, right? Yeah. And I mean, hundreds of hours of that all happened before he ever had a dime on production. Like, before that movie ever even existed, he was out there essentially just by talking about it, marketing it. So I think you're completely right, Kyle. Like, putting the marketing ahead of is the cart before the horse type of thing, but that's what we need right now.
And that's also sacrilege for our end of things, because we're going to complain that they don't have a bigger division for bookings, but
I only need to talk to one person. I don't know. On their end, I don't care how many people
But if they grow more, I'm just saying, like, it could be a headache.
to click the right button to make it work. And if they don't want to click the button, they can give us their login to
click the button for them.
Yeah, well, that is what you guys are there for. So. To do those little things. So anyway, keep an eye on Fathom.
Yeah, we'll see where and just any of these alternative distributors, these little guys that will have a flexibility plan, like that will put content out there, get it from like unknown sources, and be flexible on the scheduling. I think that's the key to success for them moving forward.
Well, getting into unknown sources, Codi picked a TV movie this week.
I did. Okay, so our theme was comfort films, and I have been off the podcast because I've been struggling with some health issues recently.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
She lost 2 inches in height.
No, that is not the struggle I have.
What a surgery.
Yeah. Sit up. Make her look even shorter.
Yeah. I think if I lost 2 inches, I'd be really close to the line.
What's funny is that you're also on the taller chair compared to Cody. We have the lower ones.
So our theme was comfort films, like the films that you watch when you're sick or at home or just, not feeling good. And I had 2 go-tos, which was Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley and Persuasion. And I figured that everybody had seen Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley, but I didn't think anybody had seen Persuasion, but it's like 90 minutes. So I was like, that's a movie. It's a BBC Classics movie. Like, of course.
Everyone in a relationship with a woman has seen Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
Right. Yes. In our generation, it's the Keira Knightley version.
Great.
Which is a terrific movie,
It's the
though.
way better version.
Honestly.
Matthew McFadyen, so much hotter than Colin Firth. Anyways, he's my Mr. Darcy. So I had that as a backup, but I was like, this one will be more fun because I don't think anybody has seen it. And then I realized, a BBC Masterpiece Classic or whatever are made for TV movies.
I've never seen any Persuasion adaptation.
Not even the Netflix one with Dakota Johnson.
No.
Yeah, that's like they were trying to copy a Bridgerton-esque
Yeah,
feel
I've heard
to
that
it.
one's rough.
It's not good. It's not as good.
Right.
So yeah, I picked this one. I like it. It's got Sally Hawkins in it, and I can't remember the guy. Who the other two guys are. The
Rupert Jones.
Henry Jones is the male lead.
Yeah.
But then
Tobias Menzies.
Tobias, yeah, Menzies is in it, and so in my mind, Tobias Menzies is
So the dude
character
from F1.
No, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's plays the her husband though in
Very good
Outlander. Like he's in that show.
Oh, okay.
You know how her character goes back in time and meets the Scottish Jamie, but
No.
she had a husband in the
I know nothing about
modern
this.
time.
No, he's
Well,
the-
he plays that
He's the
husband.
bad guy in F1, and he's the dope in Game of Thrones.
Was he the bad guy in F1? Maybe that's why he
Yeah.
was recognizable. Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
but I know
He's
him from
always a
this
bad
movie.
guy or a dope.
Well, yeah.
He's a bad guy in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, he does a good job.
Not like an extreme evil bad guy, just like lurking in the corner bad
Oh
guy.
yeah,
You'd
he's like
want to punch him.
Yeah, in
Very
this
punchable
movie,
face.
he courts the female lead, and because he legitimately likes Anne, but he's also trying to make sure that he's a cousin that's going to inherit the title if Anne's father doesn't have a male heir, and Anne's father is kind of getting wooed by this younger woman, and so he's at the same time he's courting Anne, like legitimately courting Anne.
Right.
He's also trying to seduce this woman away from Anne's father so that he can retain his title. So he's snaky snake. It's awful. So bad. But Anne's too smart. She's already in love with
She's too smart.
the male lead too.
Clearly was the right choice.
Yeah. So anyways, what did you guys think about the movie? I love it. The book is my favorite Jane Austen book.
Oh, okay.
Pass.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to like it, but I think this version of the story just felt like it was for people that knew the story already.
Yes.
And
it's very condensed.
Yeah, it's condensed, not rushed, but it just goes by so quick that it feels like if you're not on board from the beginning, you can't be on board at all. I am curious though to check out like a different adaptation of it, just because I wonder if
Well, you might like the Dakota Johnson adaptation then. You get this. I would
good.
say that okay. So Anne is the middle sister of three sisters, right?
Right.
And the younger sister is the only one that's actually married. Her older sister is like the apple of her father's eye, but because they're like the same person, and she's beautiful and
Cody,
not
we only
married.
have so many
Quick,
minutes.
yeah,
on the
make it
show.
quick.
Okay, then Anne is the awkward middle one, and then the younger sister is pretty, but she married really quickly and is obnoxious, right?
Right.
In the Dakota Johnson one, I would say that younger sister is played so much better. Like that, if I
Okay.
could take that younger sister and put her in this one, I think it would be a lot more
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, I mean the story is good. I can see
Yeah.
why it's beloved as much as like Pride and Prejudice is. Like
She
I
does fall in love with him.
I think Sally Hawkins is good in the role as well as most of the cast was, but yeah, I think it was just the way it was told.
Oh.
The condensed version of it just felt like it needed room to breathe, and for someone that doesn't know the story, just needs to
the tension.
have their hand holded a bit more.
You can imagine the
Hand-held
tension of knowing somebody so completely, having this like really deep connection that gets severed, and then you have to see them again in a public space and have to pretend like you don't know each other. Not only pretend or kind of
Yeah.
admit that you know each other, but you can never get as close again. Like that awkwardness. Oh, I think it's portrayed so well in that.
It was close for me. It was almost there. Something about it still was like, I don't know. Maybe I just like Pride and Prejudice more.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Some-
Pride-
Like maybe,
Some
but
of us.
maybe
Pride
that
and-
was it too. I was like, I like what you did already. I
think
like
it-
that one.
I think it's the Britishness too, because this one is made
Yeah.
with British people for British audience, like with that lens.
true.
Whereas
Yeah,
Pride
yeah.
and Prejudice is made is a British concept, but made with American
eye,
with it
for sure.
American gaze, American taste, American acting. Nothing. There's not as reserved, held back in that
totally.
one, and I think that's why we like it a little bit more. This one's very British.
Totally.
And when I'm sick, I'm like, I just need the subtleness of the Brits, that inner turmoil that they just keep so hidden.
Well, Cody, your first time picking out of the bucket in a hot minute.
Yay! Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what Yoshi's got in store for you today.
Here we go. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, this one's
burst
sticky
their
on one side.
eardrums.
Pretty Woman.
Not mine. I don't know whose it is.
I don't know. I can't tell in the handwriting.
Shayla's or Alyssa's?
It's gonna be one of those two. I'm excited to
Yeah.
I've never
this
seen
through
Pretty Woman.
2026
Really?
eyes. This is gonna be wild.
I did watch it last year or earlier this year. I don't know. It was pretty recent, but all things considered, holds up pretty well still.
All right, I'm excited.
I
for
liked
this
it.
Then.
I liked it a lot, actually.
I'll have to watch this, huh? Yes.
Yes,
It's a good one. It's a classic.
It's Richard Gere at maximum Richard Gere powers.
True.
Julia Roberts before
Her maximum powers.
Before her maximum powers. Jason Alexander at maximum powers.
Seinfeld was great for him.
He does not have a vestigial tail. I don't know if I'm going to be interested.
Oh my God, Cody!
Are we talking about
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal.
Yeah, I'm just giving Ken cringe right now.
major cringe?
All
He
right.
turned all red.
On that hurl,
Agreed.
we're expecting big things from Scary Movie, and we're waiting cautiously on He-Man,
Yep.
Hey,
and then
why not have a big two?
hopefully another awesome week for Backrooms and Obsession.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're rolling right along. Summer started at Project Hail Mary, and we're 2 months in, and we've got 2 months left.
I
Yeah.
love summer.
I know. This
Summer's
has
the best time of the year.
This has been so good.
Looking forward to, the last 5 years, it's been looking forward to 1 or 2 movies. Amazing.
Yeah.
We're back, folks.
We're back.
And we'll be back next week.
Yep, we will.
Bye, everybody.
everyone.
Bye.